Speed up. Don't fucking lollygag and camp out next to me and you know damn well your lane's ending. Fucking dumbass. Good morning, you guys. Alright, today's Wednesday morning, the 19th of February. We are in the Fairfield, California area, getting into the Bay Area. Fairfield would be where Travis Air Force Base is. You guys might remember I was over in this area not long ago making a pickup of a load of wine in Napa. We're going to get... trying to watch this person here and make sure they're paying attention to me. We're good. Alright, well, today we are on our way to Benicia, which is not too far from Napa. It's just a bit south, as you see there, right on the north end of the Bay Area there. Right about where I-680 and I-780, I think it is, something like that, where those two highways meet up, more or less is where Benicia can be found. I haven't been there much, but I think I've only been there a couple times. Really only passing through on the way to or from Concord. Because when I was in a Walmart fleet, when I ran Walmart, we serviced the Sam's Club there in Concord. And if I was coming from Sacramento, I actually had one time that I remembered. I've been to the Concord store like 2 or 3 times. Usually it was the solo condo trucks that would handle it. I was always a team truck, so I didn't usually do that in store. But I had one time I delivered to the Reno store. It was empty already, and then I got asked to recover somebody else's load. Because they were at the Concord store. They had already delivered to that one, but they ran out of hours and could not get the load to the remainder of the load to Sacramento. So I got sent across from Reno back over here to Concord, picked that up, and go get it delivered. I remember the guy at the store in Sacramento was not a happy camper either. He was pissed off. I'm like, don't yell at me, because I had to run, almost 200 miles.
You are approaching the way station in 1.1 miles.
Yeah, I had to run almost 200 miles to even get to this load. It's not even my load. I'm freaking delivering it for somebody else. It's not my fault. They had an HOS problem because they got stuck in traffic trying to get up to Concord. Shit happens, right? That's something any of you guys who might work at stores that might have to deal with a late truck. Sometimes might have to deal with. It looks like that way station's open, so let me get moved over real quick. I can see the sign up there. It looked like just enough of it might have said that trucks scale. No, basically, yeah. Yeah, it says stop at Skills. And I did not get any kind of signal at all from my pre-pass unit, so it means I'm going to have to go in. So let's deal with this real quick, and hopefully we won't have any issues. There are a couple potential problems I could run into if they decide to inspect me, but we'll talk about that later, hopefully. Alright, we are loaded, so we're going to have to stay to the right. Looks like the middle lane can be both loaded or empty, but right lane's loaded only. Cordelia Truck Inspection Facility. Alright guys, we're good to go here. Yeah, I do have a couple maintenance issues with this trailer, so that's why I'm saying if I do get inspected, we'll have a couple violations. I know for sure. One that I know for sure is not an out-of-service problem. That's the trailer ABS light back there. I think I've talked about that light on this same trailer before on a previous vlog, but
3/4 of a mile, take the exit.
and I actually did try to get the problem fixed in Wales, Nevada on the way over to Corinne, Utah with that last load, but I got shot down by my road assist people, saying that it's not likely that the Loves there in Wales would be able to fix the problem. So they didn't want to spend the $75 for the check and advise fee to at least find out what it is. Because you know, it could have possibly been something that could get fixed, or it might not be. We don't know, but you'll never know if you don't at least let me get it looked at to find out. Yeah, I could have been possibly leaving there with a more serviceable trailer. And I did try to fix it, but then I was saying, well, it's not an out-of-service problem, and I'm not going to stop a load, and I'm not going to stop my truck from moving over a non-out-of-service problem. So, as much as I know other drivers are going to bitch about it, too fucking bad. We've had, I checked the records, the SMS history on on Hirschbach. It's pretty easy to find on the FMCSA website, and then you just use the on a regular web browser, guys, not with the phone. But anyway, I'm gonna get trapped here in the lane, I'll bet you. But I found out we had about, I think, 59 or so. I want to say 59 ABS related violations over the last 2 years. Not a damn one of them was ever put out of service. I keep getting in arguments with a couple of Hirschbach drivers about like whether it can be, or whether they can or whatever. I'm like, no, ABS problems are not out of service. Now there was one time where one of those drivers said he did get put out of service, but he had a trailer that had evidence of being tampered with. So you think that might be why the out of service order was given? Because when there's evidence that somebody intentionally tried to hide it, it kind of serves you right there in a way. I don't know if he was the one who did it or if he acquired one that was like that, but it was something along that line. But I have another problem. I've been trying to figure it out. It's been a bit of a gremlin, if I will, because I hadn't been finding any leaks, but I kept hearing air flowing through the system, like going into the reservoir, but like, where the hell's it going? I thought maybe I had a bad check valve somewhere in the system, and couldn't find it. Even when I go back there and inspect, while I have the trailer brakes released and have air going back there, it's hard as hell to find the damn problem especially when you're at a truck stop in the fuel island, especially, and they got music playing there, and your reefer unit's running, you got other stuff going on, like the freaking air hoses in the fuel island that sometimes will be hissing, and so you'll hear, a lot of times you'll legitimately think it's your own trailer that's leaking, and then it turns out it's nothing to do with your trailer, and it's the damn the air servicing hose that's right there at the fuel island. It's frustrating. And then I finally figured out because what's happening is, like, when I was getting fuel in at the 1.9 in Sparks, Nevada the other day, I had the trailer brakes released while I was outside getting fuel in DEF, and just in that 10 minutes from when I got out of the truck to when I got back in, it was, my pressure gauges were both down to like 60, 65. I'm like, whoa, this ain't right. But figure this one out. I can have both brakes released and then do my DOT brake test, where you do the applied pressure test. When you're doing that, this is something that you have to do when you're going to CDL school, by the way. You have to demonstrate your knowledge of how to do it. Well, there's several things in there, but the one particular I'm going to talk about is the applied pressure test. When you do that, you got to have the engine off, both brakes released, and then you stab the brake pedal and hold on to it for 1 minute. And when you do that, the pressure, your indicated pressure, should not drop more than 4 psi. So I did I've done those. It works like a champ. It holds pressure really well. So I'm like, well, how is it when I have the brakes released, I don't have any problems? I mean, when I'm actually applying the brakes, but when I'm not using the brakes, but the trailer brakes are released, it pisses out. I had a head scratcher there. So this morning, on my way over from Sparks, because I stayed the night in Sparks, coming across Donner Pass, you got that mandatory brake check area. Stopped there and did my brake check. And while I'm back there, I hear more than just the air flowing through the system kind of sound. So wait a minute, let's take a closer look. And now I'm not on shitty ass surface. It's not pissed on, it's not muddy and whatever, snowy and whatever else like I've been dealing with. I climb underneath, I even go underneath the axles. At first I thought, I was hearing the noise, I thought it was coming from the front ABS valve that's mounted to the front of the reservoir. I'm like feeling all over. I can't tell where it's coming out of, but it sounded like it was coming from there. But then I started getting an impression like, wait a minute, is it coming from further forward up here? So I crawl a little further forward, and I realize it's coming from the auto inflate metering valve. As far as I know, I don't have any tire problems, because when I do my pre-trips, I thump the tires on the trailer. Never have anything showing signs of being flat. And I usually do set the trailer brakes when I'm parked. So I'm not constantly delivering air to the trailer. And even then, if I had the brakes released on this with the tractor turned off, it would just piss all back out anyway, because aforementioned issues. Alright, we're going to get off at exit 61 Lake Herman Road. Google and my onboard are both saying the same information, giving me the exact same route to the customer. So, yeah, what you see there on Google is indeed going to be the same route I plan to take. Alright, but I do have a plan on that, on what to do with that. I will talk about it later in the video. But yeah, I don't really plan. I'm hoping to not leave it for somebody else to deal with. And I do have an option to work with, I think, on the way to my next pickup, which again I'll talk about later. Anyway, so you guys might have heard that there was another plane crash, this time at Toronto Pearson Airport. Basically a CRJ 900 coming in to land on a flight in from Minneapolis, St. Paul. It ended up crashing when it landed on the runway there. There's video of it. You guys have probably seen it too. Now, I have two thoughts on that I'm especially suspicious of. There are other possibilities that could definitely be involved, but my two main concerns, because if you watch that video, the evidence shows the plane not making any effort to flare up, because it had like an over 1,000 foot per minute descent coming down, and should have been flaring about 50 feet from the ground, but it wasn't. It just kind of kept coming right on down at the same attitude, the angle of attack and attitude the entire way. It did not look like it did not look like it nose down or up. Just the same way all the way down. And so one of my thoughts was this wind shear an issue or weather in general. And the problem with that is if it was wind shear, I would have expected the nose to come down and or one of the wings, that whatever wing stalled first, to come down as well, possibly. Well, not necessarily a wing, but it could have. Either way, I would have expected to see the nose pitch down a little bit before it came down, if it was wind shear. That did not happen, or did not seem to. It also did not pitch up like they tried to flare, which means which makes me highly suspicious that the airplane's computers did it. And I was curious because now autopilots, you guys know, you guys probably have an idea on how autopilot works. It's kind of like your cruise control. I want to cruise at a certain speed, and it'll keep me at that speed. Airplanes, they have multiple dimensions. You can also you can tell you want to hold on to this particular heading, like 023. Or 230. Heading 230. It'll keep the airplane pointed in that same direction. Or airspeed hold. Same thing as like my cruise control in a way. Or altitude hold. It'll hold you. It'll automatically keep you at whatever altitude you have it set at. There are some other modes. Some of them are just more basic, depending on the aircraft with what the capabilities are, and some of them have a more sophistication to them. Now, CRJ 900, because I got really curious about it, if it had a particular feature I was familiar with, but not all airplanes have it, and that is, I almost hit the guardrail trying to watch my tandems. Not fun. We're going to make a right turn up here at the stop sign, it looks like. Okay, so there's this feature, this mode called approach mode. Now, it's APPR on the control panel for the autopilot, and not every airplane has it. So I had to do some Googling on that to find out if the CRJ 900 does have it, and apparently it does. And now they only use this mode normally either when they're in very low visibility conditions, where it's where they're running on, when they're flying on instrument flight rules, and the visibility at the airfield is too low. Because normally when you're landing, you're supposed to be able to see the runway by the time you're 200 feet off the ground. But if you're less than that, you have to have the specialized equipment, and the aircraft has to have, the airfield as well, to do what you call Category 1 and 2 landings. And that was definitely not the issue there. Let's see. I think, it's right there, but I'm going to come in from the other side because I'm expecting, should I have turned right there? Let me come in from this side because I'm expecting the dock doors to be on the, I want to be on the side side when I get over where the customer's at. So that's why I have a preference for coming this direction. I did see another Hirschbach over there, but he's gonna have to come in from the blind side the way he's positioned, or get himself turned around somehow. There's more room here than I thought there was, but okay. And I do see a Hirschbach drop trailer over there as well. I was expecting this to be a live unload. I didn't fill my reefer unit up because I thought I was going to be live unloading. Alright, so figure out a spot where we can stop over here. I don't want to block these cars over here, but yeah, there's not really a good spot here for me to stop without being in some. You know what? Why not? Let me get this Hirschbach. He might be the same guy. It might be Troy. Yeah, I think it is, because Inland Express, yeah. I ran into him in Corinne, Utah, and was talking to him. And he was also picking up at the same place as me and coming here as well. So, I'm pretty certain that's Troy. Yeah, black guy with a contractor out of Salt Lake City area that pulls our freights. Yeah, I'll wait for him to dock in, and then that way I can have my truck out of the way before I try to dock in. Assuming I do. So I'm surprised there was plenty of room for him to get turned around there. Well, maybe not a lot of room, but there was room for him. Yeah, I think it is him. Hard to tell, but... Alright, I'm gonna come up over here. I want to be in a position where I'm not blocking anybody if I can. We'll go and get checked in, find out what to do next. Hopefully dock in pretty soon. Alright guys, we got to figure out what's going on now. We will be dropping this trailer, but I got to get another trailer out of the dock door first, the one that we're going to leave with. And so we're going to drop this one here, go hook up to the other one. Pull that one out of the door, get it out of the way. And then we'll hook back up to this trailer here and then back it into the same door that we're pulling the other one out of. And then we'll be on our way. Let me turn my mirror heat on because it's getting a little bit of water accumulation on that mirror over there, on the flat mirror over there, so heater should help dry it off. So I was actually hoping I could live unload so I could get this this trailer here dropped at the dealer, the utility dealer in Lathrop, but I guess I won't be doing that anymore. I hate to leave something for someone else, but I can always let them know, hey, I didn't know this was going to be a drop and hook, and might want to let whoever leaves with this trailer know that they should plan on taking it to the utility shop in Lathrop before they go somewhere else. We'll go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and hook up to it, and then we'll get it out of the way. I'll just make sure it's safe to move real quick and get it out of the door, move it over there, bring the other one in, and then I'll do a good pre-trip on it. Hook back up and do a good pre-trip on this. We'll be out of here. Alright, so yeah, that is indeed Troy, by the way. Yeah, he's a real good guy. I thought he might have been from the Salt Lake City area because his company's from there, but it turns out because I got his phone number, and he was giving me a 310 number. I'm like, that's not Salt Lake City, because I know 310. That's LA County. And so he said, yeah, I'm from Compton, and like, oh, okay. But yeah, he lives in Ontario now, but Yeah, I guess his company's based in Salt Lake, but yeah, I guess he hasn't been driving for that long. I think he said only tandem so far back. Let me slide over. I need to get the tandems more in that direction here, so I can have a little bit easier time getting it over into that fire lane that I'm looking for to get into. I mean, I could also drop it up here, but I don't want to make it harder for myself to hook back up to this trailer. Get over in that other fire lane out of the way there, but I got that yellow pickup or whatever, that beige pickup over there that I'm. Oh yeah, this is better. Didn't want to get myself in a position where I jam my tractor up on that pickup. Whoever it belongs to, it's for sale. If you guys live in the Bay Area and looking for a pickup to buy, there's one right there for sale for you. Okay, let's go ahead and stop there because I'm starting to do some tree trimming there. Alright guys, let's go ahead and disconnect from this one and hook back up to the other one and get it dropped. Yeah, probably. So it turns out Troy's also going to the same place I'm going to after this. Might as well go ahead and talk about it now while we're doing this. I'm going to be going to Superstore Industries in Turlock for my next load. It picks up this evening, or later this evening, whatever. I've already done vlogs from there before, at least a couple, 2 or 3 times that I know of in the past, so I don't plan to vlog that. However, I do anticipate vlogging where that one's going to, which we'll talk about later. This could be a little bit of a fun time getting into the right spot on here because the angle that the trailer is sitting at. I think it's in there correctly. I can see the trailer trying to move. Yep, it's in there right. And so I can tell by the trailer trying to slide over that it's inside the funnel area, which is good. Since I was getting ready to get out and look to double check until I started, right when I was getting to a point where I was going to stop and get out and double check it, I watched it starting to slide. I'm like, oh yeah, it's there. Alright, I need to get my doors open and the tandem slid. I don't want to be sliding tandems while I'm off tracking from the trailer though, so look like we're in a good spot. Almost there. Oh yeah. We'll get back just a little bit more and we'll get our doors open. I want to make sure I'm clear of this guy here. That should work. Gives me room to slide my tandems and hang on. Alright. Get these tandems slid. Oh, look like I need to back up to get the pins to release. It's like I know I pulled the plunger. There we go. Okay. Now we can get this backed in and drop it and get hooked back to the other one. A little bit off there. I don't know. Might be alright there. Actually looks like we might have a winner there. Looks like we're good here on disconnecting. Yeah. Drop down a little bit hard though. Oh, hang on. Let me put my interaxle diff on because the wet surface is causing my tires to spin. Alright, now I get this thing pre-tripped and we'll get out of here in a minute. Alright guys, we're ready to roll now. Only one little problem here now. I thought I was going to turn a lot to pick up a load, but I just found out while doing my, sending in my documents and all that, pre-tripping and all that. Apparently my pre-plan got pulled. I asked about it and dispatcher says according to the notes it was canceled. So yeah, they didn't pull it in favor of another driver. It sounded like it got like maybe the shipper or receiver, somebody on the customer end apparently canceled it. So what I'm ended up doing now, alright, I'm going to go ahead and just go across to Lodi to the flying, we'll get a blue beacon there, go get a washout, and if I don't have a pre-plan by then, what is with this? What's with this wiper blade? I just replaced that blade recently. It can't already be bad. It's kind of wiggling around all weird though, like there's something wrong with it. Maybe a bit of friction or something. Alright, so yeah, I'll probably head over in that direction. I have no idea where I'm going to end up going for pre-plan now. It could be anywhere, so I'm hoping it's even in I'm hoping I'm even going in the right direction for that. I hate to have them tell me, oh yeah, why don't you go down to Salinas or somewhere. And then it turned out I just want, that I'd prefer to come down over here to Oakland and then work my way down that way, but, oh shit. Fuck. I didn't realize that's the on-ramp, and damn it. I was expecting a diamond on-ramp. Let's see if I can get around that. Alright, fuck it. It's already laying on the ground. I can't get any flatter than it already is. Oops. Can't believe I did that. I was expecting a diamond on-ramp, so then I get surprised by the freaking cloverleaf. Alright, anyway. That's what's going on, I guess. I don't know what I'm doing now, so I guess it's not going to be a vlog to Denver, I guess. Delivering in Denver like that I was originally planning on, so alright. Guess I'll vlog something new whenever and wherever it ends up working out. So guess I'll see you guys then, alright? Appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this. I'll see you guys.